I'm here. Hey, I'm working. How you doing, everybody? Good morning, all. I'm trying to figure out what to do here on some of these contracts. I was just wondering about Unity software. Should I buy some? If I were an investor, would I be buying deep in the money calls on Unity and then write call options against it? And I'm trying to figure out which one would be the one to go with. How you doing? We'll get to that in a minute. Welcome, everybody. It's a Tuesday, March the 7th here, your buddy Uncle Bruce on the Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to explain the markets in plain English. we try real hard. Easier said than done. Look, today is going to be kind of a goofy day because Chairman Powell is going to be, you know, grilled in front of some camera seeking Congress people that are going to be all made up to look good on camera. And so good luck watching that. And we're going to have to suffer through that crap. But in the meantime, while that's going on, we can do some homework here and figure out what we should be doing with our contracts. Which ones should we write? Which contracts should we be buying if we're going to write against poor man, like go do some poor man cover call writing? What deep in the money calls should we get? How much should we pay? How much should we not pay? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, we're here to make money, right? So, okay, let's do that. The Unity software shares, which some of you are getting into, the symbol is U, so that's easy to remember. The shares are trading around right now 30.39 in the pre-market. For the last 52 weeks, the high and low of this stock, the high 109.99, let's round that up to 110, and the low of 21.22. So this has really had a range. It's towards the low, $30. No kidding. Anyway, there's some really good premiums on this thing, and some of you want to, generate revenue on a good mover, and this does have volatility. This stock can move. What to do, you ask. I've seen these shares in the 20s to almost over 40 now in the last 30, well, make this 90 days. So it has mobility and movement. The deep in the money calls that I was wondering about, 2024, January 2024 expiry. So 10 months from now. So these require attention. These are the kind of calls these deep in the money calls you buy, thinking in your mind within the next 3 to 6 months, I'm out of these and I will be into January 2025s or June 2024s and then January 2025s and always stay ahead of the market somewhat, at least 6 months from expiry, that kind of thing. The 15s caught my eye. The January 2024 15s, they were showing last night 17 to 1755 bid ask, something like that, 1735 bid ask. If you could catch those around 16 and a half, that would be a good buy. These prices, a $15 call with a $30 stock means the call is $15 in the money. So the $17 price, if you got it at the bid, means you're paying $2 time premium. Now, the most you want to pay is $1.50 time premium. Really, you really don't want to pay more than that if you can avoid it. But if you can get a real nice premium on a short contract, then you can spend that extra 50 cents and okay, jump on it. So 1650 to 17 is sort of the neighborhood to get that one. If you want to go for a 1250 call, which is 250 more in the money, it's a January 2024 1250 call. It was quoted at 1865, which is $1.65 more on the bid, but this is 250 more in the money. So I like that. So let's just say the stock is around 30. This is a 1750 in the money contract. Book value 1750. Okay, conservatively. All right. You can add $1.75 to that price to acquire this contract to be in the 90-10 neighborhood. So this at 1865 is in the 90 percentile range. So that's it's less than the 90-10. It's an okay buy there. So if you did pick up the 1250, you have lots of book value, lot less time value, which is great. Now you write a call against the Unity to bring in some do re mi money, as we like to say. Well, which one do you write? There's the question. Do you write short term? Do you write medium term? What are you going to do if you want to write a call that expires? For example, in 3 days, just to give you an idea. a $31 call, which is 50 cents out of the money, at least 60, 70 cents out of the money as of last night. You would only receive 75 cents for it. So you're not going to write something this Friday. No, 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 no. So you go past this month and you want to go maybe to April next month. What can you get for an April contract on Unity? There's the question. And I would be looking at the third Friday, which is April 21, because that's where most of the contracts kind of hang out and live. 30s are 340 on the offer. 35s are 150. There are no 31s, 32s, 33s. That's the frustrating part of the April contracts. There is no real nice tight exercise price values. That's sort of frustrating. So you then look into May and you find the same frustrating thing. You're looking at $5 gaps between contracts. 30s are offered at 460. 35s are offered at 262. Go to June contracts, and there's nothing there yet. Go to July contracts, and you can see 30s and 35s again. 30s are 590 on the offer. 35s are 395 on the offer. So if you're going to write an at the money call, which is a 30, essentially, you're hauling in not quite $6. I like that idea about the $6. I like the money against a cost of a contract around the $18 neighborhood. You get almost a third of your dough right back. You're not going to wait till July to make a move on this contract. What you're looking for is a 50% return. So if you sell it at 6 something and buy it at 3 something, bingo, that's what you're after. Grab your $3 and then move into August or September's same thing. Look for $6 call, 650, 550, 650, half less. Boom, buy it back, bang, go next. That would be the strategy as far as I'm concerned. That's the simple strategy. Now, the minute-to-minute, day-to-day minutia, we have to go through that every day. But that's something to consider looking at just for fun. The only other contract you can write is in August, and in August 30 is 670, so I wouldn't bother going that far out. July for the $6. June, forget it. There's nothing there. May, 460 on the offer for the 30s. You're trying to get two something for it. If you can buy it for about $2, you clear 2.5, 260 on it. Okay, then you would write August after that. That might be another one. But you're going to have to be, unfortunately, with Unity, you're stuck having to write contracts right at book value, either write 30s or 35s. There's the downside versus the upside. But that's what I see this morning for writing a Unity call. It would be perhaps, as I said just a minute ago, an August call. Let me double check this one more time. Yeah, the August 30s, where you can write them for, if you can get $6.75 to $7, that would be huge. Get that kind of thing. If there's a little pop this morning on the stock, if you can score close to $7 on this thing, paying 18 to get it and then getting 7 back. Yes, I like that. Like that cash balance in your account, but I think you're a winner right off the bat. Okay, and of course, theoretically, shares go to $32. Okay, they can do that, and you get exercised at 30. Oh no! Oh please, take away my stock at 30. You got $7 up front. Now you're getting 30. You're getting $37. You just bought the deep in the money call for 18 big ones. Hello, you're happy. You'll buy the stock back at 32, 32.20, and then you'll write 35s for then, and you'll haul $6, $7 in again. Still sitting on your deep in the money calls. Shares want to go to 35 or 40. They want to go up to $40. Rollovers on your short-term calls, whatever, yes, but keep in mind your deep in the money calls are 1250s. The problem you need to deal with is the tax problem you're going to have of all the money you're making on that deep in the money call you bought at 1250. That is now with a $40 price tag on the stock. Oh, boo-hoo. Your contracts are trading at like $30 and you paid 18 for them. Yes, turn on the Yoko Ono record and start dancing, kids. Looking good. All right. That's what I'm looking at this morning, among other things. If you're one of these people here, you're way ahead of the crowd because we've already talked about 3 other stocks that we can write options on. and strike prices and deep in the money calls. And that's the thing that Gold Bagel members get for the money they're paying to be members of this channel. They get the Trade Alert Show. And on the Trade Alert Show, I start coming up with ideas of what you might want to start looking at. And these folks are already looking at their option chains and trying to figure out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. Become a Gold Bagel member and get in on the inside of what's going on here as we try to figure out ways to get richer. If you want to quit your day job, you need income, and you need income to replace your paycheck, and you need it now. And you can't take a 5-year strategy thing about, well, I'm going to quit my job in 5 years. No. I'm talking about quitting your job in 5 months, in 5 weeks. I'm talking about getting the hell out. If you want out, you want out. If you are talking about getting out in 2 years, you don't want out. You're just going through the motions and you're wasting your time because you're just not going to take the bull by the horns and make it happen. You have got to replace your paycheck with revenue from contracts. Your option contracts have to get you out of your job. And the way to do that is to be able to acquire deep in the money calls that don't cost you an arm and a leg as far as premium goes. It's all actual value is what you're buying. And then you can write calls against these deep in the money calls to haul in income to say goodbye to your boss in a nice way without, saying, I hate you guys. You say, I love you. I love being here. Maybe I'll come back as a consultant for triple the wage sometime. That's the kind of way you want to leave these jobs. You need to have enough revenue coming in. So to give you an idea, those of you who are wondering, how much money do I need, Bruce, to quit my day job? What do you think? If you've got $30,000 to $50,000 saved up in cash, or you have it in ETFs, or you already have stock worth that much, or mutual funds, or do you have access to up to $50,000 in capital? You could get your hands on, as an example, you could get your hands on 40 deep in the money calls in GameStop for about 40 grand or so. They're trading around $10 each, these $10 calls for January 2025. You get your hands on about 40 of them. And if you can write 40 contracts against those 40 contracts for GameStop, something like August 20s as an example, you can get $3.50 to $4 for those. And I call for people to try to get closer to 4. But if you did get 4, just all theoretical, you're bringing in $16,000. The objective here is to keep half of that money, not all of it, but half of that money. This is my general idea of how you trade these calls. You write them for 4, and you're trying to buy them back for under 2. So $175, $150, $2. If you clear $2, you'll clear $8,000 on that trade. And if you clear $8,000 in a month, well, then that's a nice month. And if you did that every month, you could understand, wow, that's like $96,000 a year in revenue. On the other hand, if you clear that $8,000 over 2 months to just take the heat off the expectations of revenue, then you're looking at $4,000 a month income coming in on an average. And if that is kind of the neighborhood where you kind of go, well, yeah, every 2 weeks I get $2,168 every 2 weeks, but I have to commute to the office and back, and I have to pay for parking, and I buy a Starbucks coffee when I'm down there, or I buy my lunch at the local whatever. I drop $20 a day or $30 a day to get to work, get home from work, and be at work. And $30 a day after tax is $150 a week, $600 a month after tax. So if I get paid $4,600 clear, $600 of that goes to just being there. So I really only get $4,000 for household bills. Well, all of a sudden, you're pulling in $4,000 from option trades, and these are capital gain taxed monies, not income tax money. A little different on the after tax side. All of a sudden, you begin to realize, we're close. We're kind of in the hood here. 40 calls is in the neighborhood. I've talked about, you got 50 grand, you're only buying 40 calls. You're not buying 50 calls. If you're working the next 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, but within 4 to 6 months, you're out of that job, this income you have coming in now is going to allow you to buy more in the money calls to build up your portfolio to say 60 calls. You'll add 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. You'll have 60 calls in 6 months. You're going to haul in $2 profit per turnover average. That's 12,000, not 8,000. All of a sudden, oh, that's 6,000 a month now. Okay, I see where he's coming from now. I don't need $1 million to quit my day job. I don't need 500 grand. I don't need to have everything I own in one entity necessarily. I can spread these contracts around to other entities, but the GameStop pays a nice royalty, nice payout. Tesla, you can have Tesla take you out of your day job. It's a question of how much capital do you have? Can you afford deep in the money calls on Teslas? Going into January 2024, Teslas, maybe 100s. You go up there, can you get a number of those? And then you write $25 contracts. You're not going to write $4 or $5 contracts, $6 contracts. Now you're writing $20, $25 contract, 2,500 call coming in the door. You don't need as many calls to leave your day job with, obviously, because you're dealing with larger fish. That's all. It's nothing personal. It's just business. It's just numbers. You have to do the math. You have to figure it out for yourself. Some of you out there have the ability, if you want to rearrange your finances where you can decide, we're going to take a home equity loan and we're going to grab 100 grand and we're going to add it to the 60 grand we got. We got $160,000. We're going to put 120,000 to work, keep 40,000 cash in reserve. That covers the nut for the next 6 months. And now we can leave the rest of 120,000 to work in our options account and write contracts using $120,000. Well, okay. In theory, you could buy 120 deep in the money calls on GameStop, theoretically, 1,000 each, and write 120 calls. And if you write 120 calls at $400 a call, there's 48 grand in the door in your account. There's 48 grand cash sitting there. How much are you going to give back? And that's why you're watching the market and crossing your arms and going, oh, I just wrote 20-hour calls on GameStop. And if the shares are sitting at 18, 19 bucks here for the next month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or they dip down to 17.50 during, Powell's incredibly moving speech that he's going to make today, maybe these calls might go down a couple of bucks and I'll buy them back and I'll clear $2 on 120 calls, which is $24,000. Well, now there's 3 months of the household or 4 months of the household or whatever months of the house. And now you realize, we can add 10,000 to our bank account from 40 to 50,000, leave the rest in our account, in our option account, buy more deep in the money calls, right again, and build out even further. That would be the strategy to go with, building the account while living off of it to the point where you always have, 4 to 6 months of cash sitting over here in your checking account, savings account, however you do it, knowing that bills are paid, including that home equity loan that we took out. We have payments here for the next 6 months, all waiting. We can quit our day jobs. And now you can concentrate fully on this and or whatever it is you want. You got kids, you're not paying childcare anymore, perhaps because the kids are home with you. One of you is the designated dropper offer, and the other one is the picker upper. However you want to play that game. You might get a part-time job. Each of you might have part-time work. Each of you might have part-time consulting work with your former employers at an hourly rate that it puts to shame what you used to get paid as a full-time employee. Up to you. But if it gives you freedom, it gives you freedom. If you're trying to retire, you're in your 50s and 60s now, and you can't work those 2 jobs anymore physically, mentally. You can't do it. You've got to slow down. Your doctor's giving you, you have issues. You can't do this anymore. So you got to take it a little easier. Then let your money do the work for you, which is option writing. And if you're beginning to build that, great. If you have a 401k at your employer, or you've been to 2 or 3 employers over the decades, and you've got 15 grand over here, 30 grand over here, 20 grand over there. Consolidate all that into an IRA that you can control, and you can write contracts inside the IRA. A number of my viewers say they can write permanent covered calls using their IRA accounts. Again, depends on the platform. Great. Then get to work building your retirement account. Now, how do you live in the meantime on cash flow? That's the catch. Now, if you're working full-time from home as it is, and you can do option trading in the meantime anyway, well, then you've got the best of both worlds. You're hanging out with your buddy, Uncle Bruce, you're writing calls, you're bringing in income, and you're fulfilling your requirements with your employer, super. But if you're in your 60s now and you're already retired, and the IRA that you have, used to be worth 250,000, is now down to 140,000, and it's draining by 5,000 a month or 4,000 a month or whatever it is. You want to stop that. You can trade that account, and while maybe you can bring in 10,000 a month in income and only take out 4,000 a month against it, and it actually is growing at 6,000 a month in value. That is prolonging the IRA money to you indefinitely, as long as you can keep doing it. Well worth your while to understand how this works. Step number one, head over to my website and check the classes out. And you've got to take the classes if you're really serious. Otherwise you're pretending. If you're serious, get over to the classes and start with class number one and take a class every couple of days and hang out here with the gang and listen and watch what they're doing, and learn that way and get the hang of what we're about. And finish with class 14. Class 15 is coming down the road pretty shortly. I'll announce that soon. And you'll enjoy that. And by the time I launch 15, maybe you're ready for it. And if you're not ready for it, you won't be in the live class, but you'll watch it on the rerun later. It's okay. And when class 16 comes, you'll probably be up to speed to now watch live with all of us. Class 16, well, however you want to do it, it's up to you. Some of you are so smarty pants. I don't need the first 5 classes. I know everything in that. Bruce doesn't tell me anything new all the time. Then watch class 6 and go to 14 from there. It's up to you. I'm not going to make you do anything that you don't want to do. You want to watch class 14 and then 13 and then 12. We'll do it that way. If you can understand class 14, great. If you watch class 8 and you don't understand it, then go back to number 1 and catch up to 8. But it's up to you. It's like opening a textbook. Where in a textbook do you want to read? But if you want to be real about this and serious about this, you will do all 14 classes, and you'll be here. And then eventually you'll decide, I need a one-on-one with this guy. I got to talk to him one-on-one about my situation. We'll deal with that. When that time comes, that time comes. For some of you, you've already done it. Many of you have had one-on-ones with me, more than one-on-ones with me. And the results speak for themselves, I guess. How are you doing? Are you making money? I think you are. That's it. All right. Welcome all to the show here, to the channel where we're trying to make money in this market. I showed the Dow up 18. I showed the S&P up 5, and I showed NASDAQ up 29 points. Nothing is happening in the pre-market. Nothing is going to happen in the pre-market. Nothing's going to happen in the market until guess who shuts the hell up? Nothing is going to happen. And he has to talk today and tomorrow. It's like a paint dry session, which is just hell on earth. And American taxpayers are getting ripped off with this nonsense because these legislators want camera time. They just want to talk to their voters and tell them how great they are by grilling the Fed chairman because things don't go their way, because they won't pass laws to make things go their way. In any event, it's the garbage show, and we have to deal with it in the market, unfortunately. And it affects only trillions of dollars of investing. In the meantime, these morons, these Congress people, won't pass the spending bill. And so you ask the chairman anything you want about the economy and spending and government borrowing until you morons pass a bloody spending authorization bill for money you've already voted to spend. Nothing gets done. And the public knows it deep down inside. All voters know it. And I suppose maybe what's happening in the United States, I guess, is that for now, the voters are allowing it because I guess for every hour they're wasting their time grilling the chairman, they're not wasting an hour of America's time talking about space lasers from outer space or something like that. I guess maybe it's better that way. I don't know. I'm just trying to help you guys make some money. Is something wrong with that? Just trying to make a couple bucks here. Anyway, crazy stuff. Welcome all to the show. Spire today is in the news, by the way. Sofi. It starts with an S. Sofi is in the news today. SoFi is suing the U.S. government. I think it's the Department of Education or the administration or whoever they had to sue about the student loan thing. They're suing about the student loan debt moratorium. They want to be paid for loans that they have outstanding. They want to get money now. And the SoFi's argument is, I think what it is look, during the pandemic, we understand the payments were delayed during the pandemic, and it was tough times, and people weren't allowed to go to work, and they weren't allowed to travel, and blah blah blah. So it was hard to make payments. So the president put in this presidential thing. Great, okay, fine. Well, the pandemic's over. We're all back to work now. There are 11 million jobs that aren't filled. There's an unemployment rate of 3.5%. It's not like graduating students can't get some kind of work to make some kind of money. I mean, maybe you work at a Starbucks right now and make your 15, 16, 17 bucks an hour, and then you keep making resumes for the job you really want with company blah 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 or company blah blah blah. But you can't tell me you can't make something coming in the front door. And these student loan payments are not $10,000 a month or $1,500 a month. I mean, they're negotiated loans that were done years ago. These kids should start paying these loans again. That's SoFi's argument. Right or wrong, that is SoFi's argument. The presidential delays and stuff shouldn't be in place now because of hardship. There is no hardship. Anybody who wants a job can get a job. So it's not like we're asking 8-year-olds to pay student loans. We're asking 28-year-olds and 25-year-olds to pay a student loan. So that's SoFi's argument, and they kind of have a point. I have to admit that there's something to that. I didn't know that there would be an open-ended. You never have to make a student loan payment ever again while a Democratic president is in office. I hadn't heard that one before, but that seems to be what's going on here. And we've gone through the midterms. The midterms have come and gone, and now it's time to make some payments. So the stock SoFi is up 6 cents this morning, getting a little bit of positive news there. Apparently, they were written up by, was it Morgan Stanley or somebody wrote them up, talking about their putting a hold on the stock and a target of 650, and at least it wasn't a downgrade. So that came out today. A little, just a little more, let's say, press. A little more press came out. How about that? Yeah, they got a hold from Morgan Stanley. That's who it was. They were written up as a buy by somebody at the investorplace.com. So they are getting some quasi-positive vibes here and there. So it's not, it's not sell everything, run away, and go away. It's something positive. So for those of you who are writing on your SoFi, fear not, keep writing on your SoFi. 750 Jan 2024s, grab some cash and buy more stock while it's still here. And then we'll deal with an upside if it happens. There it is. Thank you, everybody, for popping in this morning. Any of you are throwing the thumbs up button for me? Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't want to go into that anymore. Thank you. What else is going on here? Yeah, JR, I'm going to try the role Uncle Bruce mentioned on the Trade Alert show today. I'm going to rake in more premium and get profit on my current rights. It pays to be a Gold Bagel member and join us for those shows. What else is going on? What else is happening here? Welcome all. Amy, I'm going to stick to these 2025 expiries. 2024 is too close to comfort for me. Again, at the question of the 90-10 rule and how comfortable you are and all that good stuff, it's all fine. No problem. What else is going on here? Good morning from Sell My House Fast Upper Marlboro. How you doing? Welcome. Mirko, hey, Uncle Bruce, I bought two $12.50 Jan 2025s at 2006 at the end of Feb. Sold July 35s against at 424. It was slightly above the 90-10, but I'm already out to 2025. So there you go. That's cool. You're going to be writing quite a bit in quite a while. Well done. And let's see what else is going on. Alberto, this morning's Gold Bagel member session. Ooh, money. Right on. Let's see. What else is going on here? JR St. Alberto, today's Gold Bagel member alert show gave us a walkthrough of how to always be searching the option chains for the next move. It was absolutely gold. And let's see, Alex, my goal isn't to retire. I just enjoy playing the game. Good morning from Moonman Moo. Hi, everybody. Trying to catch up with you guys. We're 26 minutes away from opening up for the day here. And let's see what else is going on here. Rich Kelly feels like he's bag holding. Uncle Bruce, what do you think about your SPACs that you talked about over a year ago, and how are they performing? I feel like I'm bag holding. Do you own every single one of those former SPACs? Have you averaged down on any of them at all? Have you used any option writing techniques to buy more of these contracts from where option gamblers are giving you the money to buy more stock? Have you taken advantage of any of those opportunities? I hope you have, because if you have, you've been able to bring your averages down and down and down, because I still believe in these guys. I think that these 8 companies have a shot. But the market has kind of backed off. You may have noticed the Dow's off about, I don't know, 5,000 points from its all-time high, or 4,000 points. And the stocks like, I don't know, Amazon are off 35% in the last year, and Facebook at one point lost 60% of its value. I mean, there's been some adjustments from some other stocks that are not SPACs. But again, Rich, you're too busy watching the SPACs, so you probably don't know that. But welcome to the chat, and I'm glad you're here, and I hope you're going to make money, and I hope you've been a prudent investor. And hopefully you didn't invest money you can't afford to lose, which you may recall me talking about back in the day, as I always try to talk about, that you invest in what you can afford to live without for now. It's not mortgage money, it's not grocery money. And that way you're not necessarily a bag holder, you're an investor. And if you're an averager downer, bringing down your average through stock writing options strategies, I think you're doing it really well. I hope that's what's happening. I note you're not a member, so you might not be doing anything on options, but okay. Whatever it is, welcome to the show, and glad you're here. Thanks for the shot. There you go. What else is going on here? What else? Well, there you go. Bobby is saying here, after I get my 20th Poor Man cover call this year, I only need 8 more. I will spend the rest of the year getting those SPACs to 1,000 shares each to average down. Then save for next year's taxes and another 20 new writables. How about that? Let's see here. Paper City Gamer Jeff. Here's a great comment. How you doing there, pal? It's great to see you, Jeff. They wouldn't give me loans when I went to college. I had to pay and work as I went. So I just don't understand people not wanting to pay them back. Exactly. You signed a contract to go to school, to take loans to go to school. You knew what the costs were. You knew you were getting loans to live on. If you didn't work during college years, okay. But if you did work and you didn't borrow as much as you could have, okay. School's over. You're not at school anymore. So you're not studying anymore, which means really you are able to work a regular work week like anyone else now. Okay. Now, what does that mean and not mean? What it doesn't mean is, if you're going to go to work now as a full-time student, whether you got your career job or not yet is irrelevant. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't count. Whatever you generate from making money out there, a portion of which should go to your student loan. It's time to pay it off. And I believe 99+% of students actually do want to pay off their loans. It wouldn't be that objective to it. They're not going to object that much to it, as long as it doesn't interfere with groceries. But really, should the choice be getting a brand new hybrid vehicle or a Tesla versus paying my student loan? When it gets to that point in time, I have no mercy for you if the student loan people come after you for the money. Because no, you should not be getting your Tesla at age 26 or 27. You should be paying off your student loan at 26, 27, 28. And maybe it could be that while you're single and living in mom and dad's house, if you are living in mom and dad's house, or you're living in an apartment with 3 other pals sharing, two bedrooms plus whatever. I don't know. Whatever your arrangements are, if you can arrange your lifestyle to such a point where you can add another double the payment to your student loan to knock it off ASAP, get it out of your life, and then you're free to do what you want. I commend students and former students that do that. That's the way I would have been about it. Now, my daughter had a student loan as well. Started taking out student loans at age, 19, 20, 21, 22. I mean, university years. And she went to school for what was it, 5 years, took a year off, and then did her master's for another two, is it? I can't remember. It's a blur now. It was all her 20s. Through almost all of her 20s, she was adding to her, English degrees and master degrees with honors and all this stuff. Just fabulous. Hard working kid and working on the side at the same time. And so the student loans she took out did not cover everything. Covered tuition and some other expenses, but not everything. Did she live high in the hog? Oh no, did not. Worked her butt off? Yeah. Studies and working on the side. But when the studies were done and the graduation was in, one of her top priorities in the back of her mind was, I want to make money to pay off that student loan as soon as I can. I want to get rid of it. 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 I want to pay it off. I want to pay it off. I want to pay it off. I couldn't shake her off of that. I kept saying to her, don't worry about it so much. It's so much a month. Make your monthly payments. The interest rate is really low. It's all good. Just no, Dad, I want to get rid of it. I want to get it out of my life. I want to get it out of my life. And this year, she was able to pay off her student loan in full. Her last, whatever, 10 grand or something she finally knocked it off, and she's 34. She's 34, and she's successful. But she didn't graduate at age 22. She graduated at age 28, 27, 28. So it's been 5-6 years. Not bad at all. I feel for people out there who are in a situation where they graduated 10 years ago and they still owe $100,000 on their student loans. I feel for you, but I didn't sign the documents going into it. You did. You took the loan. You took the risk. You made that step. You grabbed the education. Now, whether this $100,000 loan is for one person or for you and your wife who both graduated, but you've decided to have children. You've decided to try to buy a house. You've decided to get a car on a loan. Whatever decisions you make, you're adults now. You're all over 21. You decide your lives and do what you have to do. Maybe you need to learn how to write options to hurry up and pay off these loans faster. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe writing options and building a little portfolio on the outside and growing it might be the way to get ahead on that. But if you've counted on, the house is going to appreciate dramatically, this new house we bought, it's going to appreciate, and we're going to take an equity loan on it, and that'll pay the student loans off. But you didn't do it. You took an equity loan and bought a new car or got new furniture or took a holiday or made up the baby room. I don't know. Whatever decisions you've made, you're over 21 and you live with your decisions. One of which is you have an obligation to a loan. And if you pay off those loans, other students can borrow that money to go to school. And to me, that is the fair way to look at it. And I understand if you have a moratorium on the loan, you have a moratorium on the loan. That's great. You don't have to make payments for 6 months or a year. Fine. Okay. That's you're going by whatever the rules are. But when the time comes to start paying the loan, is it our fault on the outside at 65-year-olds? Is it our fault that you have this? Oh no, I don't think so. I didn't sign this stuff. I didn't commit to it. I will admit that when I went to college, I didn't have the expenses that you had today, but I did work during my college years as well. I worked. And that's how I got by. And I did get some help from my mom and dad. But you know how much I owed my parents? When I graduated, I owed them $2,000. That's how much I owed my mom and dad. In 1977, I owed them $2,000 at the end of all that. Lucky me, maybe. Did I get the education then that you can get today? I can't say, because the world is not the same from 1977 to 2023. It's just not the same. The careers today versus then don't exist anymore, except for a handful. It's a whole new world. Would I really like to be 25 right now and a graduating student? Oh yeah, Oh, I'd love to be a 25-year-old right now. I would be quite eager to get into this world, actually. Yeah, and I was excited back when I was 25 back then. I'd be excited now too, but, we only get one go, so gotta make money playing options, I guess, or writing options. There you go. All right, here you are. Hard to pay back when you only make minimum and the interest just runs away from you. To a degree, I will grant you that excuse. But I will also say this, and I don't want to sound like a curmudgeonly old bastard, but you know what? I worked my ass off when I was 21 years old, 22 and 23, and I could work 60 hours a week. I had the energy to do it. I had the drive to do it. Nothing was going to stop me from getting ahead in this world. And if today I had a $120,000 student loan, a $200,000 student loan, and all I could get was all the hours I wanted at Home Depot or Starbucks or as a server at a restaurant. I'm a clean cut, hardworking kid, and I can get two jobs being a waiter at two different restaurants, but I can make 800 a week doing it. I'll work my butt off and pay that loan off 2,000 a month for 2 years. I'll do it. I'll knock that sucker down to a point where it will become a non-factor in my life. I'm young. I've got the energy and I've got the obligation to do it. But theoretically, if I owe $200,000 on student loans, what did I take for 4 years? Basket weaving? No, I must have gone to law school. I must have gone to pre-med. I mean, what costs 200,000 in 4 or 5 years? I mean, come on. I couldn't possibly be how to be a schmuck pushing a broom at a factory. I mean, you had to have something, and I would be out there working my tail off and getting ahead in the world. Kind of like, you ever watch that movie with Tom Cruise, Gene Hackman, The Firm, where they're showing him as a law student in Boston, and he's working his tail off as a server, and he's studying law, and he's getting offers and all that. That's the energy level that I had too when I was 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I had that energy. A $200,000 loan for a 22-year-old motivated, 24-year-old, 26-year-old motivated young guy like myself, piece of cake. Do I have 4 mortgages? No. Do I have 5 car payments? No. Do I have 6 kids? No. I can take care of this. Watch me. Get out of my way. I'll get it done. So I don't want to hear about the violin playing music in the background for all these hardship stories about students being in debt. I just kind of go, grow a spine. You got to rub some dirt on it and you'll be fine, for crying out loud. Go to the playground, rub some dirt on that owie and get back and play baseball. Come on. There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. Oh, what can I say? Anyway, John Clark, JR, a cousin of mine, took some coding boot camp thing, and now she's a coder. Went from a degree in graphic design to that. She makes more than I do, and I'm also in IT. Uncle, your gold bagel member session this morning was absolutely gold. Thank you. M. Grant, there's also a Supreme Court case that challenges the validity of the moratorium. Opening arguments went well. I think that pushed Sofi towards filing the suit. Vilbus, people end up spending more in interest than the original loan amount, depending on how long you take to pay it off. I get it. I get it. I get it. I totally know. I know. Anyway, there you are. My 2 YouTube accounts got you 2 thumbs up. Thank you, Trader Timmy. JR, Paper City Gamer Jeff, even getting some loan relief from the government will only pay off about 10 grand in loans. Most have much more than that board. And that's the reality. That's truly the reality. And everybody admits that, except politicians who are on the opposite side of the coin. Like I said, during a COVID scenario, during a national epidemic thing, suspending payments. Yeah, okay, I get it. It's all right. Now it's over. We're back. If you're afraid to go out, put a mask on and go out with a mask on. I'm sorry, the COVID is no longer a national emergency anymore. It's time to get back to work and make money. Now you got to figure out how you're going to make money. You're part of this channel. You're trying to figure out how to make money with Uncle Bruce. That's what we're doing here. Whether COVID is part of our lives anymore is irrelevant. We're now trying to make money from our money. Good news is that our money that we have, whatever cash we have, is like an 18-year-old kid. endless energy, can work 60, 80 hours a week and get up the next morning and do it again. We've got to put our money to work like an 18-year-old. Just guide it in the right place and let her go. That's what we got to do. Oh, man. Thank you, everybody, for being here. George, Bobby, I'm going all in on those GameStop poor man cover calls. I'll be close to 20, hopefully, by the end of the month. Let's see what else is going on. What else? A financial opinion, financial mischief. Why write up SoFi as a hold when it's still trading below the original IPOE price? They should be yelling for people to buy. This is strictly my opinion. I hear you. I'm also of the opinion that these shares have incredible upside, way beyond 10, 15, 20, 40 bucks a share. I mean, incredible upside. This company is growing at a phenomenal pace. And some analysts don't look at that. They don't study that or don't care to. And they're only looking at 3-month, 6-month windows. They're just going to doing this, going 3 months, 6 months. I'm going to say 650. That's what I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. And they just want to be conservative and not be on a limb somewhere. I get, okay, fair enough. But, you know, a year from now, I don't think we're going to be 650, but anyway, we'll see what's going on. What's happening? The Dow's up 18, I think. The S&P seems to be up maybe 5 points. I'm trying to get my big SI pad to refresh here. I'm trying to get it to wake up. Looks like the Dow's down 18 points. S&P down a quarter. Nasdaq is up 9. We open in 10 minutes. It's a nothing burger morning. Not to worry. Okay, how you doing, everybody? What else is going on? Do you lose your Pullman cover call if the cover call that you wrote against it get exercised? No, you don't. You just short the stock. You just buy the stock back. You just got paid for the stock on your exercise price. You get to keep your premium that you brought in when you wrote the contract against it. You get to keep that plus the exercise price. You buy the stock back and then write another contract and bring in more money. Yeah, no. It's all in the classes there, Jay. It's all in the classes. Hello. Financial, you keep the deep money call you bought. You'll be short stock for you to sign. So Financial Mischief's got my back. Thank you, everybody. Is it okay to start pile dancing right now? Can we turn on the Yoko Ono album and really get going here? Pulse guitar, number 81. What's happening? Pile dance amongst yourselves, says Mr. Grant, or Ms. Grant, or whoever Grant is. Giddy up. Oh boy, let's see. Yeah, Vilbus. I'd like to think that the majority of student loan debt holders would be financially totally fine with paying towards their debt if it were possible to do so and have money on the floor. I'm with you, Vilbus. I think you're right. I think a vast majority of these kids, and I call them kids, and they're probably in their 20s and 30s and some in their 40s, they're fine. They're going to be fine. They will make it work. They can make it work, and they're going to get it done. And the other thing is, you know what isn't said often enough is how many millions of students in the last 15 years, millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of students in the last 15 years have paid off their student loans long ago. They paid them off last year, paid them off 3 years ago, paid them off 5 years ago, 8, 9, 12, 15 years. They paid off their debt. They graduated. They got their dream job. They didn't get their dream job. They got their dream career. They didn't. They're working towards it. They've changed careers a couple of times since. It doesn't matter. Millions and millions of students have taken loans out over decades of time and have paid back the loans. And I say, way to go, you guys. You should be proud of yourselves. And you have every right to say the kids today should pay their loans off too. No free ride necessarily. I'm with all students out there when I say I would rather it was just like the old days. I'm of that ilk. I would really rather prefer that most kids, if not almost all kids, going to any community college, state type colleges, no tuition. You get in on merit. You get in with grades. Don't be thinking you can go to high school, schlep along, and then automatically get to go to college. Oh, no. If you have a grade point average below a certain point, you pay money to go because you haven't proven it to us that you deserve to be here. You pay. Your grades are high enough in college that you're for real now. You've grown up. Now your second year is free, or your third year is free, or it's greatly reduced in cost. You're an honor student. You're a valedictorian. You're an all-star in school. You get free college. Now the big big time Ivy League school, these schools with billions of dollars of endowments and all this crap. That is a system that is so screwed up and has gone completely capitalistic. I am embarrassed that it's embarrassing to see the kind of money that football coaches get paid, deans get paid, department heads get paid. The kind of money these folks are getting is just off the charts ridiculous because the students are the ones who are supposed to pay for it. It's coming from the endowments. The benefactors to these schools 25 years ago, 30 years ago, they had no idea that the collective billions that they were donating to their alma maters would end up financing the finest homes in some of the finest neighborhoods in the communities that those colleges exist for the dean and their top staff. These folks are living a wonderful lifestyle. Now, look, some deans deserve good money, sure, but do they deserve $1 million a year plus perks and perks? I don't know about that. I'm not sure if that's quite right. I don't really know if that is necessary because students are the ones who are paying going forward. This doesn't end. And these football things that are going out there, I'm mind blown. The amount of money that the coaches and the systems get, the school budgets, they claim, oh, it doesn't cost us anything because the NCAA gives us all this money and yada, yada, yada. That's ridiculous. How it's become a bettor's paradise is also completely ridiculous. Why there isn't a tax on betting that would go towards scholarships for school kids, not athletes, everybody else. That's what I wonder about, because football players already get the scholarships. Now it's time for the rest of the kids to be able to go. It's trillions of dollars that are just going into the wrong places for the wrong results. But it's greed and it's money, and it's we're looking after ourselves. And bottom line is the bottom end, the bottom third, the bottom half get jack squat. And that's, what can I say? Is that right? I don't know. Education would be a lot better for the society as a whole if everyone had it. If everyone had an opportunity to go to college and school, those who had the wherewithal to go to college and trade schools and become, master plumbers and electricians and engineers and all the trades, everything. Would America and Canada be better off? Oh, God, would it ever? Because right now we have got kids coming out of school with no skills that the private sector wants. There are, not all, some are just unemployable. And so they're stuck in minimum wage jobs with degrees that get them nothing. It's costing us in the long run. That costs us dramatically over decades. It costs us because we didn't create taxpayers. Because at the end of the day, we have to create taxpayers that pay taxes. We have to create upper middle class successful people. That's what we have to do as a society to keep this game going. How do you think you pay for the exchanges, these massive flyovers and expressways? How do you pay for airports? How do you pay for highways? How do you pay for the internet systems and all the defense? How do you keep the whole country going? Tax revenue. Well, one way to get tax revenue is have people make a lot of money and have their deductions covered. Let's create more taxpayers. Just create more of them. Better taxpayers rather than minimum wage taxpayers. I thought it was simple. Maybe it's just too darn complicated. I don't know. I'm not sure. Will I have to buy the short? Yeah, you have to buy your stock back. You'll buy the stock back and you'll write options again. There you go. What else is going on? Heck, I worked and I still have had loans. There you go. How can you understand the loan crisis? The cost of college decreased 400% since I went to school 20 years ago. I just talked about this. Yes, I know. It's such a boomer comment, Bruce. You're such a boomer. Well, I wasn't in college in 2023. I was in college in 74. I dealt with that. Okay. My daughter dealt with college in the 90s and 2000s. Okay. Now you deal with college today. Is it right? No, it's not right. I agree. Anyway, Uncle Bruce being reasonable today. Okay. Our jobs paying 4% more than they do in 2002. Hey, what about that, huh? There you go. Reasonable, says David. We're trying to be reasonable. We're trying to be. So hard to be reasonable sometimes. Oh, what can I say? Okay. What else is going on? What else is going on? What else is going on? Hi, everybody. Trader Timmy, why don't we give loans to ninth graders? Make them work it off after school. Then they'll think twice about student loans, or at least understand the responsibility. Get those kids back in there. Maybe what should happen again? I guess it's just me speculating, but maybe kids in grade 9 and grade 10 and grade 11, high school, there should be a course on student loans, how it works. And here's what happens if you take a student loan. And now, if you want to go to Harvard, or if you want to go to Princeton, if you want to go to Baylor University, you want to go to Georgetown, you want to go to blah, 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 you want to go to wherever, here you go. The local community college around here is so much a semester. And here's how much it'll cost you. And if you go to your favorite top 10 Ivy League school, this is how much it's going to cost you. If you don't get a scholarship, even if you get a scholarship, you're still going to need money. Well, if you take the loan, you borrow that money, you're going to need this much money to live on. Let's talk about economics 101. This is called real life finances. The stuff they don't teach in school. They don't teach it in college. They don't teach it in grad school. They don't teach it anywhere. You find out yourself in real life later how this works. And let's do some student loan examples. It's never going to happen. Yes. Anyway, there you go. Alberto, I paid my student loans as well, but it was a struggle, not easy. So if a student loan forgiveness helps someone that's struggling, I'm all in. Why would I want all to struggle? Not all those in need. There you go. Anyway, what can I say? Would I be forced to buy? You think Jay needs to take classes? You think Jay needs to take some courses, some classes that I have? Because Jay's asking all the questions that you guys ask all the time that when you didn't know. How little does Jay know about writing options and writing permanent covered calls? You can tell Jay knows nothing. I'm glad Jay is here. Hi, Jay. You're here. I'm glad you're here. But you obviously are clueless as to how this works. But that's normal, because if you're new, we're all clueless. I mean, there are folks here who had no idea what an option was a year ago, 2 years ago. Jay, head over to my website. It's over here. It's this one, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Jay, this is where you want to go. Head over to that class, to that website. Class number 1 is for you, and then class number 2, and then class number 3. And I'll see you in 3 months. Take your time. Watch a class a week if you want. And make an investment in yourself. Hang out here and watch and read and learn. And 3 months from now, you are going to be writing. You're going to be comfortable going, oh, I get it. Oh, that's what they're talking about. Oh, I see. Now you're going to be the one answering questions from people like yourself coming in here going, what does this mean? How does this work? Yeah, what is going on? Anyway, welcome, everybody. We're open. We're starting to trade now. Good morning from Cindy. Hello, everybody. I'm glad you're all here. We're up and we're running. I worked through my college years too, says JR. I got some help from in-laws. It was all paid back. Yeah, boomer, but the whole idea of getting a degree is to work. It's a universal thing. I rolled all my student loans and my mortgage after school. My loans are covered. College is not the same deal it was 30 years ago. I tell youngsters not to go to college. There you go. Not just a boomer thing. There you go. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. What else is going on? Just so much happiness and hate and frustration, and there you go. Is it me, or is it getting hot in here? I had no idea people weren't paying their loans because they were lazy. I had no idea that people would take loans and not pay them back. Oh man. I tell them to learn a trade. My son just started as an electrical apprentice. In 5 years, he's going to make 50 to 60 bucks an hour. I will also teach him option trading. There you go. Making 50 bucks an hour, 40 hours a week, 2,000 a week, 100,000 a year. Hello. Wow. And that's the start. Yes. And that gentleman will earn 10% more every year going forward from there as the skill level goes higher and the experience goes higher. Oh, yes. Yes. Love you, Uncle. This is why I keep coming back. Thank you, Burrowing Sound. Thank you all for being here. Guys, thanks for being part of this, rant and motivational and whatever show I got going here today. I appreciate you all. Did any of you happen to see the final score of the Calgary-Dallas Stars game last night? Did any of you happen to notice how the game ended? I'll leave it at that. No need to inflict any more pain on anyone. I don't wish to do that, but that was kind of fun. That really was a lot of fun. Anyway, welcome all to the show. Welcome all to the channel today. It's great to have you here. Thank you for those of you throwing a thumbs ups around. Appreciate that. We're going member only now in comments because that's what we do during market hours. Okay, we're trading now and we're going members only. Please become a member. Join the family of viewers here, and would highly recommend you become a Gold Bagel member if you really want to be in on everything this channel has. Because tomorrow night, 8 o'clock tomorrow night is prime time with Uncle Bruce. Gold Bagel members only, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Love to see you. Anyway, there you go. Alberto, the one thing we can all agree on is Uncle Bruce is making us dinero. By the way, we can begin to pile dance in about 8 minutes. So that's how old this message is. I have had difficulty catching up with you guys. I have to skip through all these comments to get up to this comment right here that came in 4 minutes ago from our man, Larry Titus. Thank you, my friend. Welcome to the party, everybody. We're open for trading. We're up and running, and well, away we go. So thank you all for being here. Tons of comment between people, which is beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for being a participant of this channel in any way you're doing it. I love you. It's great to have you here. Gotta power up my big ass iPad. Poor thing is draining out. Oh, the hardship. Oh, the hardship. Oh, geez. How you doing? Let's see what happens today. Hopefully you guys get richer. You are all greedy people. You all need to be richer. We're down 20 on the Dow, I think. Seems to be, that's what my phone's telling me anyway. And it looks like that's what my big ass iPad is also trying to tell me, that we seem to be off about 20 something points on the Dow at the moment. Boy, my iPad is just being lazy as you know what. It's just not willing to play. It doesn't want to play. Frustrating. GameStop's up 4 cents, 18.69. SoFi's down 3. I see Tesla down 1.94. Apple down a quarter. HBQ down 2, and ATIP up 0.7 of a penny. Unity is down 22 cents. Unity Software at 30.05. There you go. What else is going on? Okay, we're down 14 on the Dow now, about a point on S&P, and we're up 13 on NASDAQ. It's a nothing burger. Oil down 30 cents. Nothing burger over there. Okay, there it is. Anyway, thank you. Constantine, Bruce, here's thumbs up. 156 for you. You need 44 more to get to 200. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Constantine. Those of you throwing thumbs ups our way, we appreciate you. Let's see. What else is going on? Google is up 24 cents. Moderna up 115. Cisco is up 9. Pfizer down 26 cents. IBM down 3. Microsoft up 19 cents. 23andMe is up 6 cents. Matterport is up about a penny, maybe. Sixtera looks like it's down a penny. Rocket Lab up 2 cents. SmartRent down 3, and Spire unchanged. So it is a nothing burger day here. We don't have big moves anywhere. It is fractional. Not a lot happening. Really, not a lot. Costco trying to gain a little bit today, up 8.5 after getting shellacked lately. Walmart's up 60 cents. Disney's up 9 cents. Nvidia up $2. And American Airlines up 33 centinos. I just saw a story last night. I think it was yesterday morning, maybe, and last night again, about the U.S. Justice Department is expected to oppose the merger between JetBlue and I believe it's Frontier Airlines. That would create the 5th largest airline in the U.S., I think. That is being objected to from indications so far for reasons, among others, less competition between airlines, meaning higher prices for consumers. There are right now 4 big airlines, and there used to be 12 carriers across the United States where you had a choice. Nowadays, most Americans have no choice with respect to what airline they will fly out of their nearest hub or their largest airline. There's another game in town that has been perfected by the airlines in the last 30 years. The airlines like to say this is helping our clients, our customers, with convenience and is making travel much simpler. Where consumer groups are going, no, 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 it's a cash grab. What's happening here is you want to fly, for example, in Canada, you want to fly from Calgary to London in the UK. You can fly on Air Canada. If you want to fly on WestJet, you don't land at Heathrow like Air Canada does. You land at Gatwick. But if you want to go to Frankfurt, you see two airlines flying to Frankfurt from Calgary. You see Lufthansa and you see Air Canada. But then when you read the schedule, you realize it's the same time. The Air Canada flight leaves at the same time the Lufthansa flight leaves at, and it arrives at the same time. And when you look at Lufthansa, you see all the details, and then on the bottom it says operated by Air Canada. There are no two flights a day to Frankfurt from Calgary. There's one flight a day, and it's one airline. It's Air Canada in cahoots with Lufthansa, and they've price fixed it. There's no difference. They claim there's a difference, $1 between one and the other. That's it. There's no competition. So Canadians are getting hosed big time. Americans are getting screwed big time, because if you take a good close look at flight options through whatever flight service or reservation service you're looking for, you will find many, many times that a flight to so-and-so is not operated by the airline you think you're flying on. It's operated by somebody else. This is the new game in town. What airline am I flying on is what we ask ourselves. We don't know, because we think we're flying American, but we're actually flying this company. We think we're flying United. No, we're flying that company. The code share game is called the price fixing game. And the FAA has done jack squat about it through every administration since the Bush administration, Clinton administration, name any one of them. There's been no protection of consumers. And with airlines merging together, one after the other, choice has gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And now Americans are paying top dollar to fly when they think they're getting deals. They're being told they're getting deals by the airlines, but you're not. And the other thing that's happening now, and it's happened now for 15, 20 years in Canada already, and is happening in Europe big time. Governments have figured out, well, airlines are a way to take taxes, great way to raise taxes without losing votes. What we do is we charge these security fees and these airport fees, and we charge these visa processing fees and all this crap, and we add it to the ticket, you see. So it's not a government tax. It's the airlines that are charging you all this money to fly. The airlines are desperately saying, no, you're giving us $800, but only $400 is ours. The other $400 is $200 each way is going to taxes. It's all these fees that the governments are imposing every step of the way. And travelers are just blindly paying it because they don't think they have any alternative, because we don't vote the bums out. And there you go. The senators never leave except in a body bag. The congressmen stick around as long as they can until they become consultants and never leave. And the game continues. And there you go. It gets worse and worse and worse. And now there's the Justice Department trying to step in the way between these two airlines to say, we don't think we can let you two merge because this will create less competition for cheap airfares. Spirit, Frontier, JetBlue, Southwest are the cheaper fares. That would go from 4 to 2, or 4 to 3. And that would be fewer choices in certain regions of the country. No choice but to fly JetBlue, or no choice but to fly Southwest, or no choice but to fly Spirit. If Spirit can offer a flight from point A to point B and there's no competition, guess what happens to the airfare? It goes higher because they don't have any competition to worry about. That's the name of it's just business. It's nothing, it's not personal. It's just business, okay? We all watch the Godfather movies. They all watch the Godfather movies. The airlines have figured it out that this is how you do it. And you bribe the FAA people, you bribe the Congress, you bribe the senators with super PAC funding to reelect them or defeat them if they are your friend or not, and then they will stay in line. They will stay in line with you, and the Godfathers get what they want, and that's how it's done. And the Godfather movie, Vito had the politicians in his pocket. He had the cops in his pocket in the 40s, the 30s, the 40s, and 50s in the New York area, and everything was fine because certain people could not go to the police to complain. They went to the Godfather for help. That's how it was done. Well, now you fly the airlines or you don't, and there you go. It's all wonderful. It's just a wonderful world in which we live. Everyone is so happy. It's just great. Thank you for being here. What's the moral of the story? Make money writing options. You got to make so much money that you don't have to fly commercial. You can fly your own private jet. There it is. You make so much money that you can afford a private jet, and you can avoid all this stuff. You see how I'm helping you? I'm helping you avoid all this frustration in life. You make so much money that student loans are a nothing burger. I just pay it off in full. You make so much money, I can take a private jet to wherever I want to go. I don't have to deal with the folks at the Homeland Security and the security checks through all this and all these security fees. I'll just take a private jet where I need to go. You see, I'm your friend. Who's your friend? I'm your friend. See? Share the love. Anyway, there you go, everybody. Thank you for being here today. What are we going to do to make money? The Dow's down 27 points. GameStop's up 5. SoFi's down 6. Tesla's down 250 to 191. Apple down 13 cents. HPQ down 7. ATIP up 7 tenths. Google's up 21 cents. Moderna's up 6 cents. Cisco's up 7. Pfizer's down 38. IBM is down 33. Microsoft is up 34 cents. Have you noticed a pattern? Less than $1 movement on most of these stocks. Nothing is going on. It's a nothing burger. There's not a lot to get excited about so far because Mr. Powell is going to speak in 15 minutes. And I'm wondering if already we got the testimony coming out. We should have it out in a few minutes, the so-called prepared remarks he's going to make. That gets released before he does it, which, of course, defeats the whole purpose of him being there. He could have just released this last night and not even bother being in the Congress or meeting them in private. But, oh, no, we got to do this on camera. We've got to have primetime coverage of this. Oh, yes. We've got to have these super smart Congress people talk about it. Vilbus say, hey, leave my Dallas Stars out of this. Oh, Vilbus. That was a game. That was a game last night. Oh, my gosh, that was a game. I was actually watching that game last night, the Calgary Flames against the Dallas Stars. Here with Jan, we have this TV thing here, and we ended up getting the Dallas feed. So we were listening to the play-by-play from the Dallas homies, the home team announcers. And they were so excited because the Flames went up 2-0, and then the Dallas guys tied it, and then the Flames went up 4-2, and the Dallas guys tied it, and they were all over the Flames in the last minutes of the game, and they were just about to knock the Flames off, and then with 10 seconds to go or 8 seconds to go, the Calgary player got a breakaway. And he scored with 6 seconds left in the game to win 5-4. And their hearts were broken. Oh, the hearts were broken in Dallas. Those two poor announcers. Oh, gosh. They had to give the Flames credit where credit was due. But, the Dallas guys put up such a good fight tonight. I think they had, if I'm not mistaken, they had 2 guys in the play-by-play booth. They had 3 people, different people, between intermissions. And then they had another person down by the benches. They had 6 people, 6 on-air personalities covering a home game for the Dallas Stars. 6. The cost of that is a fortune. But there be dough. There be dough in Dallas, obviously. And the Dallas is the number 1 team in the Western Division for the NHL. Or number 2 team or whatever it is. Little old Calgary came in there and took one away from them at the last second. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that was something. What can I say? All right. Is it possible to put in stop-loss orders on sold calls? Calls you've sold, like are you like on calls you've written? Is that what you're asking? I'm not sure what you mean by this, Double D. Help me. This Oilers fan says, sorry, we won't see you in the playoffs, though. I hear you there. The Flames' chances of getting the playoffs are not good. 1 in 10, maybe, not looking good. Even with that win, they'd have to win like 12 in a row. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't. But for once, in the last 7 games, the Flames got a break and won. They won a game where they had been dominating the whole game. They dominated all game. Finally, pulled it out. It was nice to see. Anyway, there you go. And way to go, Edmonton. They're in the playoffs. They look good. They're going to make it, and they made moves to go further. So this should be a most interesting playoff run coming up. But, well, yeah, the Flames will be golfing. I think that's true. Okay. There it is. We're down 11 on the Dow. Nothing burger. We're down a penny on GameStop. Nothing burger. We're down 6 cents on Sofi. Nothing burger. Double D, help me. Is it possible to put in a stop loss? You got to help me out. Are you talking about a stop loss order on deep in the money calls? Are you talking about a stop loss order or some kind of an order on calls you've written that you want to buy back? Written calls. Okay, so it's written calls. Well, yes, you can put in. It wouldn't be a stop loss order. It would be a. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Maybe you're thinking about if the market goes up, and you want to buy calls back as the market goes up against you and your options are rising in price. Again, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can put in one of those limit orders if an option goes up in value that you want to buy back. I'm not sure. It depends on the platform, and I don't know what TDs does. You'll have to figure that out yourself. I'm not sure. You really have to pay attention. More than anything else, you might be the one having to do that. On the downside, I can see it, but I don't know. Correct, says the Double D. Correct. Yeah, if the stock goes up and those short-term calls I wrote start going up, is there a way I can have a stop-loss order where I can buy them back before they go higher? That kind of thing. And I'm not sure. There's my wishy-washy answer, and sorry, that's all I got. Double D, DQ, Double D. Fidelity allows stop loss on buy to close orders. There you go. I'll look into that for TD and see what you got. There you go. Yeah, that's a question for TD, obviously. Yeah, I don't know if it's in their frequently asked questions. I don't know. It may be one of your buttons. You know, your enter an order button. Maybe you have one of those as a feature. I don't know. Okay, very good, everybody. Congratulations. Well done, everyone. Good answers. Thank you all for joining in here. Great to have you. And it's nice to see you here today. And I'm glad you're all part of the show today. If any of you want to have a one-on-one this weekend, let me know. Let me know if you like to have a one-on-one. Questions. I have a question for all of you. There's 235 of you here. I have a question for all of you. It's a generic question. I was thinking about this weekend. If I were able to offer you one-on-ones Monday to Friday during market hours, would any of you be interested in something of that nature? A one-on-one only, a private one-on-one during market hours, Monday to Friday. Are there any of you out there that would have an interest in that, as opposed to I just have openings on Sundays only for one-on-ones? I'd love to get your response to that, and let me know what you think. Okay, Jen, how are you, Auntie Jen?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Susan Shop's about 178. Thank you. Thank you. I think the higher price will fill instantly, says Bobby Atkinson, and we're talking about this. Yeah, stop loss. One of the viewers asked, if I write a short-term call and then the market starts to go up, okay, the call will go up. Can I put in a stop loss order to buy that call back if it goes up?
Always. You can always put limit orders.
Well, limit order on a down dip, yeah, but on a buyback.
Yeah.
So one of the viewers said, I think it was
I don't see why
DQ.
not.
DQ said Fidelity has this, so maybe this does exist.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess it
Because,
does exist.
People can't be eyeballing it every minute of every day.
Well, that's it, right?
We do have lives.
That they have lives. DQ, I could see doing a one-on-one during market hours, says DQ. Larry Titus. Good morning, Jen. Alberto.
Good
Auntie
morning,
is in the
Larry.
house. Good morning from Alberto.
Hello, our lovely nephew.
Our lovely nephew. Coyote, I believe there are stop limits that will trigger at a price you set and then list for the price you set. John Anderson, good morning. Auntie
Morning,
Jen,
John.
JR, Uncle Bruce, if my super stinker hits on GameStop August 21 at 216, would it be okay to stay in August if I can get to 46? Yeah, I mean, sure, I would say. A DQ from
Well, you
Fidelity.
always say to them, add more time. If you're
Yeah, I always
add more time
True.
if you can. But, if they want to give you, you take what they want to give you.
That's true too. From Fidelity, DQ says for buys, stop loss orders must be entered above the current market price.
Right.
Mirko, I can put in an order. Let's say the option is at $1 and it goes up. I can set a stop at 110 and the buyback at max 115. The range between the trigger point and the max point buyback is chosen by me. There you go. So you go. You can always do that. So there's something to think about. We're up 10.9 on the Dow. We're down 7/100ths of a percentage point. 7/100ths of a point
flat
on S&P. That's good. We call that a nothing burger, and we're up 16 on Nasdaq. Yes, it's a total nothing burger. Okay. There you go. So a Coyote says, for example, if you have a trigger limit set at 550 when your covered call ask hits that, it will then post your stop loss limit buyback at say 560 or whatever you choose. There you go. Golf Mom is saying, good morning.
Good morning, Golf Mom.
Good morning, Golf Mom.
I noticed there's no dew on the golf course this morning. So they're out there in their lawn mowing and their trap fixing.
They're doing their thing. The golf course is getting ready for golfers this morning.
Yesterday we had quite a bit of dew on there.
In the morning?
Yeah.
We're right now at 49 degrees here in the Palm Desert area. Our high today, 70 degrees and sunshine. Yellow. Tomorrow, 72. Thursday, 76. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 81. Oh, yeah, baby.
I think that's what we call normal.
We call that normal. Hello, normal. Yes. Hello, Newman. Yes, we're back to normal coming up here, and boy, can we can't wait. Finally.
I think we'll get our furnace fixed just about the time the 80s.
Yeah, our furnace should be working perfectly when it hits 81 degrees out this weekend. Susan shops about, yes, a one-on-one during market hours. Definitely, I would be interested in that. Lorraine, yes, TD has it where you can set it. Matthew, 188. Good morning, folks. JR, hello, Auntie Jen. Sounds like you could have your own channel. Stock Markets with Jen, and Uncle Bruce gets to make the bagels. Shut up, JR. Gee, stop giving her ideas. Mirko, no Canadians in shorts already golfing. They've been golfing.
They've always been in shorts.
50-degree weather, they're out there in shorts. Are you kidding me? They're getting sunburned.
That's how you can tell the Canadians.
You know the Canadians. The Palm Desert local has the windbreaker on and the wet pants.
Yeah, the wet
and
pants.
And underneath.
The hats.
And they got their hat and some of them
a beanie.
And some of them have sweatshirts. Beanies, like toques. And the Canadians are shorts, short sleeve shirts, no hat, sunscreen. They're loving it.
No, last week it was definitely a Canadian. He had his shorts on, but he also had on a toque. Like I'm talking toque with the fuzzy on the top. It was a toque.
A real toque from Canada.
Yeah. I thought, you must have brought that with you. You couldn't have bought that here.
Golf Mom, Mirko, I'll let you know. We're headed out to the course in 10 minutes. Kid is finishing his cereal. There you go. Getting charged up, ready to hit some golf balls.
Getting a little fiber, a little protein.
That's it. Get up there and let's make it happen, baby.
If he doesn't play well tomorrow, no milk.
No. Dry cereal. Punishment.
There are consequences.
Man, no, that's right. No milk for you. Oh, no.
Or something like that.
Or something along those lines.
Speaking of cereal, are you going to attempt your muesli on air?
Yes. Okay. I would love a bowl of my muesli.
It's going to be quite cold. Did you want me to nuke it?
Give it a little warm up. Yes, please.
So your teeth don't scream.
Yes, please. Yes, give it like 25, 30 seconds. Warm it up. That would be awesome.
See what kind of mush you've turned this into.
I took all the muesli and poured it into a big bowl.
That's all of it?
All of it. Then I poured milk into it, and now I have like several days of muesli.
No.
Jen is just going. And so
I
let it.
It's gonna be goop.
she just doesn't get it. She just doesn't understand how
I
good
know.
it can be.
This is the man that would rather have gruel than oatmeal, though.
That's
Yeah.
see,
Yeah, he wants the milk poured into the pot and just mix it up in there. And that's just wrong.
true confessions with Auntie Jen and Uncle Bruce.
And that's wrong. It's
And
just wrong.
it's just so wrong. It's just so wrong. I was mentioning the hockey game last night about
Oh,
how the Flames pulled it out.
finally.
Vilbus says, "Don't remind me about that game last night." My
Oh.
Dallas boys, don't
Oh.
remind me.
It
And
was,
we were feeling for the home announcers. We're all those poor home
oh, yeah,
announcers.
because that's all we've heard all year. It's our guys
Our announcers. Oh,
giving it up in the last minute.
Woe was us. Well, last night it was woe was us in Dallas. Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
It was a woe is us. Okay. Gruel is on the way.
Gruel is on the way. DQ. Dry muesli. Dry muesli. Mirko, did you soak your muesli? I did. Bobby, bright white arms playing muesli, more like goozly. Goozly, says DQ. It's more like goozly. Uncle Bruce likes the goop, says JR. Uncle Bruce likes the goop.
Just wait till you see.
Just wait till you see. You're gonna love it. Oh yeah, he's gonna love it. He's gonna love it. Well, yesterday the bowl I was handed with the milk in it, I mean they had just been made wet. Okay, we're talking dry, like wheat chaff. Milk is not my idea of a good time. Flint Creek, I am with Jen. That sounds gross. DQ, Uncle Bruce, and a bowl full of snot. There you go. I like it thick. I like it thicker. And in Switzerland, oh, it was so good. I had the muesli. Then I had pieces of peach, canned peaches. Put some peach in there. Then I had some melon in there, just on the top. And I had a little muesli and a little piece of melon, a little bit of muesli, and a little chunk of peach. Oh, delicious. Really great. I don't know. I do what I can. Go GameStop. Dropping goes on, says Splair. JR, okay, it's time. Here we go. We're down 12 cents on GameStop. We're up 9 points on the Dow. Sofi down a dime. Tesla down 386. Apple down 2. HBQ down 6 cents. There you have it. There's the story as I see it. This morning, when you're talking about what options would you be writing if you were writing options today, if you were faced with a choice of writing some calls, what would you be writing? Which ones, and so on and so forth. And I was looking this morning at Unity as for one of them, and I was thinking about Unity software as an add-on to the list here, and I'm just going to grab this, edit my watch list, and grab the Unity symbol and bring it up here on my phone. Hey, there it comes. Okay, there we are at the moment, and so I thought, well, if I were going to write Unity options, Unity software options, the stock's high this year is 110 base or 120, I guess. 110 has been both the high of the year, and the low the low 21.22, the high of 110, pardon me. And right now it's at about $29.63. And this morning I was looking at whether deep in the money calls were acquirable at a decent price, rather than pay the $30 a share for the stock. Can you get a deep in the money call for less money and then maybe write more? Because if you've got like $5,000 lying around, you can buy 100 shares, not quite 200 shares, but if you got $5,000 right now, you might be able to buy between 3 and 4 deep in the money calls and write 3 or 4 contracts instead of one, right? So the January 2024s were the ones I was looking at. The 15s were this morning $17-ish, and the 1250s were around 1865. And so I was thinking about those to get after. How we doing?
Doesn't smell bad.
No, of course not. Why would it smell bad? It's just been sitting in milk. Mm-mm.
What do you think?
Well, the best part about it is everything is soft. It's like cornflakes.
It's like pablum.
When you have cornflakes, you pour milk on it, and you eat it, it's all crunchy, wet and crunchy. Wait 15 minutes, cornflakes gets nice and soft.
Or gross.
And if you have a sore tooth or a sore gum, makes it easy eating. I find it more flavorful.
Oh, Grandpa, you need to paddle me. Oh, I almost had it coming out the nose.
Oh, Grandpa.
I have a new challenge. Can I make it come out the nose? Oh.
Oh, Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa.
Said the woman
Soft
who just
food.
got a new hip.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Oh, Grandpa.
I can still eat crunchy food.
Oh,
Bye, Ragman.
baby. Can you feel the love? Can you? You can feel the intensity of the relationship, can't you, Jeff? My goodness. This is wonderful. I like it. Anyway, if you're going to buy Unity calls, deep in the money calls, you got to watch the 90-10 rule. So you have to make sure that the options you get are in that 90-10 neighborhood if you're going to go deep in the money calls. Right now, as of 10 minutes ago, the 15s were $6.95 bid. And the 15s are worth about $14.76 approximately. So $14.76 plus about 10% more, call it $1.50 more. 16 and a quarter. So the 15s, you want to get them around 16 and a quarter, maybe 16 and a half. They're $16.95 to $17.35. They're just a little too expensive, just barely. Because these are only 2024s. These are not 2025s. If you were to buy the 1250s, they're $18.80 bid right now. And they're actually higher bid now than they were this morning. And so the stock is down 55 cents. They're getting too expensive. And so I would be holding back and trying to get the best price I can on those. Those are about $17.25 in the money, plus $1.70, 19-ish. Oh, still getting 19 for them is okay. So an 1880 bid is in the wheelhouse. Fair enough. So if you can score those, under 19 would be perfect. Then you can write on those. And then to write on those, I was thinking, well, you could look at writing maybe, let's see, what have I got here? Here we go. I was thinking about maybe something in the, what was it? Was it August 30s? Yeah, I was looking at August 30s, August 23, 30s, because I wanted to get a big fat premium on them. And they did trade this morning at 705. Right now they're offered at 670 because the stock's come back a little bit. But if you can get into the high sixes for this contract, these August 30s, right at the minute they're out of the money. It's all premium. And that's a nice chunk of change against your $18-something contract that you just bought. About a third of the money. I like that. I like that arrangement. That's Unity. That's my thoughts on Unity. Okay. The Mr. Premium of the option. GameStop stinker just hit. Sold for $2.45, just bought back for 21 cents. I likes me some GameStop strangle soup. Giddy up on the GameStop. Nice going. Well, here's a lovely plain English comment from Mr. Powell. If the totality of the incoming data indicates that faster tightening is required, we're prepared to accelerate rate hikes. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. We really appreciate it. Just keeping it simple, stupid. And the Dow is off 164 points. There you go. Powell warns against premature loosening of monetary policy. U.S. stocks move lower as investors wait Fed chief's congressional testimony. Congressional testimony. It's the show and tell with the Congress. The Congress goes on camera. You sit there and listen. This is a yes or no answer, please. Yes or no only. I'm going to read a question for 4.5 minutes, and I want the answer in 30 seconds. Yeah, okay, great. Super. Too much fun. Way too much fun at the OK Corral. Oh, Grandpa, says Auntie Jen. Oh, Grandpa. We're going down. I figured we would go lower as he spoke just to get the message up. But now, after he reads his statement, there'll be the question and answer, hours of it. And then we have a recovery and a slippage. And so keep an eye on these contracts. We're down 44 on GameStop. We're down 19 on SoFi now. We're off we're off $7 on your Tesla, 186 on Tesla. Apple 152, down 179. Unity down 76 cents. HBQ down 27. ATIP 4/10 of a penny lower. Google down 109. Moderna down $4. Cisco down 13 cents. Pfizer down 66. IBM down 46 cents. Microsoft down 264. So we have a bit of a sell wave coming in as Powell is doing his thing. As expected. As he tries almost every month. He tries to repeat himself every month with the same thing. I'm not lowering interest rates. I'm not going to lower them anytime soon. We're going to raise them. We're going to keep them elevated for quite some time. We're going to knock inflation down, whether you like it or not. And that's the story, you 8-second attention span people. That's it. And we're not going to change it. Anyway, there you go. Down goes the market. Down goes Fraser. Down goes Fraser. Down goes Fraser. Bobby, I'm with you. I like soggy cereal, Bruce. Thank you, Bobby. Finally, Bama, babe. Whee! I want Powell to start his answers when I was a boy in Bulgaria. Double D, I need $17.50 to $18 GameStop. You're on your way. $18.23 right now. Yeah, Powell speaks. The 2-year goes to 5%. The 10-year goes to 4%. Dollars running the market is done. There you go. Has Netflix dropped yet? Asks JJ. I mean, for gosh sakes alive, is Netflix going down or what? It's down 425 to 307.78. Oh my gosh. We're down 200 on the Dow. We're down on everything else as well at the moment, but this is just the initial reaction. The game ain't over. The show ain't done. This is only the cartoon. We gotta wait for the main feature, right? Oh boy. Don't mind Grandpa. Okay. Oh boy. Down 209. The NASDAQ down 115. It's about 1% on the NASDAQ. Oil down 87 cents. Okay. Powell to the Senate. Headline. Expect more rate hikes and at a higher peak. There you go. All right. The 10-year is going to eclipse 4%. The rug man cometh. Pull harder, rug man, says DQ. Pull harder. 18.24 on GameStop, down 41 cents. SoFi down 20. Those contracts are going down in value. Yeah, they might be a buyback opportunity for a quick profit. You never know. And then write them again. You never know about these swings. Sometimes these things happen. We'll see what gives here. How low and what opportunities present themselves, we ask ourselves from time to time. Yes, well, January 2024 games, SoFi calls, the 750s are 123 to 126. So, 105, 110, they might be a nice little buyback. And then write them again at 135, 140. But, you got to be very careful about that. Well, we'll see what happens. Tesla down $6, 187.79. Something tells me that all those contracts you guys wrote lately have been backing off in value there. Nice. I don't know if the Dow will have much more of a down dip here. It's down 175. We touched 200 ish. Yeah, we'll see. Pardon me, everybody. Okay. U.S. Treasury 399.6 right there, heading for 4. UK 3.87. The euro is down to 105.96. It's backing off about almost a penny. The pound is off 1.3 cents today, 118.94 from 120-ish down to 118.94. So world currencies are backing off against the American dollar right now. That is a 10-4 for sure. Okay. The Dow down 184, S&P down 31, Nasdaq down 91 points. Oil down 92 cents. Buying is already coming in, says DQ. Mirko just bought some back. GameStop 20 April's at 136, sold at 349 at the beginning of February. Giddy up. Mirko, stink bid for May 20th. GameStop also set, did not hit yet, but waiting. Mirko is waiting. He's lurking. 1832 on GameStop shares right now with here we go. The low of the day on GameStop, 1815, now 1833, the high 1884 today. That's what we have on GameStop. Down 193 on the Dow, pushing 200 again. See what this does. SoFi 650 down 18 cents. Tesla down 597. Apple down 164. Unity at 29.78 down 47 cents. HPQ down 20. Google down 99 cents. Moderna down 338 to 140.65. Cisco down 17. Pfizer down 65 cents to 40.46. IBM down 86. Microsoft down 214. 23andMe is up, looks like 5 cents. Holding of nickel gain. Matterport down 6.5. I think Cyxtera down 5 cents. Rocket Lab down 4. Smart Rent down 11. Spire down 2.5. Amazon down 71 cents. Home Depot down 382. Netflix down 354. Bannock Vectors down 272. Adobe down 64 cents. Goldman down 485. Boeing down 80. Meta Platforms is only up 45 cents. Has backed off from its highs here. AMC is off a combined 17, 18 cents between the commons and the preferreds. Royal Caribbean is 73.95, down 21 cents. They just announced a cutback in services to their room stewards. They're only going to make your room up once a day instead of twice a day. Cutbacks at Royal Caribbean, cutbacks at Carnival, cutbacks at Norwegian, and you're paying more to get less. Not looking good over there. Carvana down 28 cents. Robinhood down 18. BlackBerry down 48 cents today at 350. It's getting hit. Norwegian down a penny. Carnival down 5 cents. Target down a penny. JP Morgan down 172. Costco holding a $3 gain, but it's slipping. Walmart down 15. It's gone negative. Disney down $1 to 99.50. Nvidia down 132. American Airlines up 26 cents. That's the latest over there. Down 215 on the Dow now, approximately. There we go. 1825 on GameStop, 10 cents away from the low of the day right now. Let's see what happens. There's the story, everybody. Having fun writing options and buying them back cheap. Let's see. The Credit Savage says, I'm out of my puts on AI and Roblox that I bought on the pop this morning, made a quick $400 and now we wait. JR, Uncle Bruce, is it worth it to buy back my 7.5 January 24 SoFis to get Jan 25 10s? No, not at the moment. No. I would just wait here, and if SoFi is backing up a little bit, just let this go. because the depreciation of this contract will continue anyway. It's just going to depreciate as it stays out of the money, and if it dips a bit. No, at the moment, I wouldn't bother with that. The game plan here is to save those Jan 25s, save those if the stock takes a run up. So if the stocks run up to 850, 875, 9, then you'll look at writing 10s. But that's down the road at this point, and at this point, don't need to worry about it. Bama Babe says, way to go, Rug Man. I sold the 7.5s at 120, says JR. Rock and roll. Yep, rock and roll. Yep. Poor old grandpa. Gotta love Jen. 1825 to 1828 on GameStop. All right. That's what I'm seeing here. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. 197 thumbs ups. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Like I said, if any of you, I'd be curious to know, some of you have answered already, would there be an interest from any of you if I were to offer one-on-ones Monday to Friday during market hours? Would there be an interest for one-on-ones so you can talk to me one-on-one for an hour during market trading hours? I'm thinking after the morning shows. Some of you might want to have that ability to talk to me one-on-one during live trading Monday to Friday. At the moment, I only offer one-on-ones on Sunday mornings, my time, but I offer them at 10 in the morning Eastern, noon Eastern, and 2 in the afternoon Eastern time. All three of those are in the morning for me at the moment. But if I were to offer you one-on-ones Monday to Friday during market hours, would that appeal to some of you or a lot of you from time to time? Let me know your thoughts. That's what I'm trying to gather up right now on that. As Bruce does his surveys, financial mischief, I'd be interested in that, Uncle Bruce, for sure. Because during market hours, my strategy would be, my thought on this would be to look up the option chain with you live. You might have a better platform than I have, but at least I can guide you with whatever you're doing. Review news of the day, review strategies, stock option strategies you've been working on. Give you my opinion on what I'd be doing right now, what I wouldn't be holding, or what I would be holding, or why, or how long, and what strike price, and so on, as the market is actually trading. This gives you an opportunity to recap with me how you're doing and what you're up to, and how you've been working your trading, and gives me an opportunity to show you or talk to you live as markets are changing in front of us, what's going on. Splair, I will probably try to join one of those on one-on-ones during the summer season, says Splair right now. There you go. Just thoughts. Right now we're down 182 to 190 on the Dow, 31 on the S&P, and 95 on NASDAQ. Half a point on the Dow, maybe 0.57 of a point, 0.79 on S&P, 0.82 on NASDAQ. Oil down $1, 79.46 right now on oil. Okay, there's where we're at right there. GameStop down 44 cents to 18.21. SoFi down 19 now, 6.49. Tesla down 5.47 to 188.34. Apple down 157 to 152.26. Unity down 39 cents to 29.86. It looks like we have a limited downside here. Like we have some downside, but nothing catastrophic. And I didn't expect anything catastrophic. I now expect the gyrations to happen. As he speaks and answers questions from Congress, The markets are going to go up and down 50, 60, 70 points every 5 minutes. Look for mayhem now. Look for reading between the line, tea leaf reading, and all this crap for the rest of the day today. It'll happen tomorrow as well. It'll be a crap show, and we're just going to have to tolerate these swings. Now, for some of you, the swings might be perfect. That might be opportunities to write and then buy back and write and buy back. There might be those kinds of swings. Keep your eye on your markets and see what the market gives you, and take what you can if you can. Okay. All right. Congratulations, everybody. Thanks for being here. I show the Dow now down, I think, 119 points. I think it looks like we're down 119. Hard to tell. Maybe we're down 102 now. We're coming back almost 100 points here. Exactly what I'm expecting. This is exactly how this works every time. It's in a heightened environment right now. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Got to say though, the muesli in Zermatt, Switzerland is better. I don't want to sound hoity-toity, but you go to Zermatt yourself, stay in a hotel that offers offers breakfast every morning. Go to the Schloss Hotel. You tell me if the muesli isn't better there than the muesli you can make at home. I just mentioned that. Okay. Down 138 on the Dow. We went from 102 now to 138 as we see this craziness. Welcome to the rest of the day. I'll be on again this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the final hour. We'll cover that together. I'll keep an eye on some option trades. We'll see how they do. See how you folks are going to are you going to go along here? I'll try not to choke on my own muesli. It's not easy. What can I say? You heard it, Uncle Bruce. We're all going to Switzerland. We're just going to go to. Why don't we do a meet and greet in Zermatt? Find your way over there. Find your way over there, and let's get together for a meet and greet in Zermatt. For like a couple of weeks in July or something like that. It's a great time of the year to be there. We can take that train ride up to the top of the mountain, the Gornagrat. Look at some glaciers. Check out the Matterhorn. Call it the Matterport. That's what I was doing. Oh, look, there's the Matterport. Wonderful. Why not? What the heck? Head to Switzerland. What, you'd rather hang out in Jersey? I mean, come on. Let's go to Switzerland for the summertime. I mean, come on. Splitter, you all have a relaxed day. Chris Evans, Uncle Bruce. Now I know that we all about covered calls and maximizing on profit, the buyback and reselling. Totally awesome strategies. However, I watched the video on puts and turned $200 last week into $1,800 this week with puts. Giddy up. Way to go. That's why the classes are there. Enjoy. John Anderson, thanks, everybody. Coyote, check out our our tortographs. I wonder what that means. Amy, Uncle Bruce, do you fly directly to Switzerland? Well, if you have a private jet, yes. But if you don't, then you might have to do a little connection. Credit Savage, I'm just buying puts on my stocks since I'm familiar with them and I know how they move, making money on both ends. Rock and roll, Credit Savage. You're doing it. Yeah, Switzerland is relatively easy to get to. Certainly, if you fly from North America, from a number of cities, you can get a direct flight to Zurich. And then you're a 2-hour train ride away from Zermatt, and it's a gorgeous train ride. But But for many North Americans, to get to Zurich ultimately, you would fly maybe London and then connect, or you'd fly Frankfurt, connect. But if you're going to fly to Frankfurt, take the train from Frankfurt, high speed train, enjoy the views. Why not do that? But yes, it depends on where you land and so on. Paris to Zurich, lots of trains, high speed French trains, luxury, man. You go first class in the trains. Nice, nice. Get a Swiss rail pass. Everything's half off. Nice. Yeah, that's okay. You won't hate Zermatt. You'd like it. I think a lot of you would go. This kind of. It's expensive, but it's nice. But then, thank God, I have option premiums. That's how I can afford to be here with my buddy Uncle Bruce, sitting in the Swiss Alps, having a coffee, talking about option strategies, knowing that the market doesn't open until 3:30 in the afternoon. You have all morning and all afternoon to discuss option strategies and start the market later on this afternoon until 9 o'clock this evening, 9-10 o'clock this evening. Oh, what a wonderful time to write options! Every day after the sun goes down, or as the sun is setting, because it is July, long days. How about that? Option nomads, you're all nudging me towards learning put strategy. I've been so focused on calls that I haven't put effort into the put sides of the classes. I also know my stocks very well. You do. You do know them very well. Coyote got another January 25 $10 call for a poor man cover call. Giddy up. Another one. Another quill in your, another, what's it, quiver in your quill? Is it another arrow in your, that you're one of those. Good. Yes. Fantastic, everybody. We're down 158 on the Dow at this point, approaching the 2 hour mark of this show. We're down 28 on S&P, Nasdaq down 76 points. Oil down 99 cents a barrel. GameStop 1824. The low of the day 1815. So we're in the hood of the low of the day. A quill in my what, a what in my where, and who did what to me and why. SoFi 650 down 18 cents. Tesla down 495. Apple down 139. Unity down 31 centinos today. Interesting time. Interesting session today, and I hope that many of you are enjoying the depreciation of your options that you've written. Being smart option writers that you're becoming, you are noticing how, on these down days, this is great. That's fantastic. I love this. This is all good. Agodi, who did what to me and why? Credit Savage, how the heck did I turn $230 into $1,855? I don't know. I mean, I know it's just not real life. Is it? Is it real life? Well, $1,855 can go a long way to fly you to Switzerland and head your way to Zermatt. It can go a long way and keep you there in style. Yes, indeed. Make money, everybody. That's all I can say is make money. Why not? The Dow down 160, and we're watching all of this activity here as Powell addresses the Congress with whatever questions they have for him. Enjoy the paint drying show. If you're actually going to watch it, I don't. I can't stand it. What can I say? We're down a half a point on NASDAQ. We're down half a point on S&P. We're down a third of a point on Dow. I think the markets are coming back up. I think they're improving now across the majority of the issues out there, but we may still get these movements, these gyrations. And then at the end of his testimony, there'll be all this. What do you think he meant by that? There'll be those gyrations until the close, until tomorrow when he testifies, I guess, with the Senate, I suppose. I don't know. Switzerland's too cold, Uncle Bruce. I like Hawaii. Kitty's like Hawaii. We're going to Hawaii in June and staying in Waikiki. Nothing wrong with Hawaii in June. But then Switzerland in June is kind of nice, too. Switzerland is very warm. It's very comfortable. 70s and 80s in Switzerland. Summers are nice in Switzerland, actually. Winters are not ice cold, terrible cold, but summers are nice. Matter of fact, we were in Zermatt last year, July. What day was that? Like July 12th. Jen and I and Jen Jr. were in there. It was like 85 in Zermatt at 5,000 feet elevation. The best part, though, is that as the sun sets, the mountains all around it, of course, you have an earlier sunset. It cools things off into the 70s very quickly. And oh, is it comfortable? Just fabulous. Um, it's an acquired taste. And it's an out of the way place. So there you go. Not on the beaten path. No cars allowed in Zermatt, by the way. Just electric vehicles. That's it. No cars. No Teslas either. Just electric little dinky toy looking square box taxis and stuff. It's kind of cool. Kind of like it. When's Powell's rate announcement? That's the 22nd or 3rd of this month. It's later. Credit Savage, I sold my puts just in time. This is crazy. We've become so familiar with our stocks that we're seeing patterns now. And yes, been to Switzerland in July with the wife. Beautiful, amazing chocolate. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yes. All right. Well, we're down 92 on the Dow. A little recovery, as I was saying. we're only down 32 on NASDAQ now, quarter of a point. So markets are coming back on again. Maybe to drop off again. I don't know. GameStop is at 18.40.41 right now, improving a little bit. SoFi 654 down just 13 cents, improving. Tesla back to 190 down 341. Apple 153.22 down 62 cents. Unity only down 2 cents now, 30.23 on Unity. Back it comes. There you go. HPQ down 7. ATIP up 1/10 of a penny. Google down just 34. Moderna down 312. Cisco down 9, Pfizer down 63, IBM down 30, Microsoft down 115. 23andMe is up 4.5 cents now. Matterport just down 3 cents. Cyxtera down about 8. Rocket Lab is up a penny now. SmartRent down 17, and Spire down 2 pennies. That is the gist of it. Amazon is actually up 26 cents. Home Depot down $33. It's down $3. Netflix down 28 cents. Vanik down 51. Adobe down up 184 now. Up 184 on Adobe. Goldman down 350. Boeing is up 52. And Meta is up 327 right now. So a little green starting to show up here and there. There you go. 106 down dip on the Dow as we jump about. And we will. We will jump about. I will be back at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the final hour of trading. It looks like my friend W. Walters has the pleasure to inform all of us that he is thumbs up number 200. Thank you for these thumbs ups, you guys. I can only say to all of you, thank you so much. And neat to all of you out there, you option writers, congratulations, you option writers. Way to go, everybody. Where you stayed in Switzerland before Zermatt, Lugano, they have about 370 days a year. Yes, we were in Lugano like 6 days prior to that. And it was hot and sunny there, hotter in Lugano, and definitely. It was an interesting place. JR, Deep Value, Richard Carlin, thank you for the knee emoji attack. Neat. We're here. Open up your windows and yell out at the top of your lungs. Neat. Zach is here. Neat. There you go. The Knights of Knee have spoken and are making it work for us. Thank you, everybody. I hope you're making lots of money today and you're enjoying yourselves. Hope you had a good morning show. I'll see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the final hour of trading as we shut this day down. Thank you for all of you throwing the thumbs ups out there for us. We broke 200 today. Thank you very much. It is appreciated as always. I will see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So Grandpa right now will finish his muesli and have fun with that. I will see you guys a little later and have some fun, everybody. Bye for now.